This is Twit.
Yes, I'm very proud of this, and I'm proud because of all of us here on Ham Nation. We hit the big time. This is the front cover of the QST. If you're a member of the ARRL, you'll see that. And a 4-page article that was nicely done. I wrote the article, but they jazzed it up with some nice graphics and stuff. And, of course, some of the graphics were done by Gene, W4IQN. You really want to go to our website, heilsound.com. Down at the bottom of the ham radio page, there's, probably over 100 pages now. And you want to look up especially the PowerPoint from Chip, K9MIT. Absolutely amazing stuff. But we're very proud. Hundreds of you. Just in the last couple of days, I'm getting so many people because now the magazine came out. So join us and have some fun with building some of these great projects that we're doing on Pineboard. I got a few things that I want to do here at the end of the year, kind of clean up a few things. And first of all, you must understand about one thing with the Pineboard. We're dealing with some high voltage. So one thing you want to do there is respect that high voltage. It's very important. So do that. Make sure you keep one hand in your pocket and rubber shoes and all of that. I'm really proud of this. Check this out. This is Virginia. She is always in the chat room. She's a great Ham Nation fan. She's never built anything. Well, so far she's built the power supply. She's built the preamp. And now she's getting ready to do the transmitter. And this is a good way to do this. She got all the parts, laid them all out, checked them against the part list, and went to Hobby Lobby and got her a Pineboard. And she's ready to go. And I'm looking forward to the report on that. Really, I'm going to be able to work her. She's in Texas, and won't that be fun? Well, we talked a little bit last week about the relay system. And Gene, W4IQN, who does these incredible graphics, he had a really nice idea. And we put this together. And I showed you what was going on, but my internet was terrible last week. So here it is. You'll get a better look at it. And what I did is we're using SO239 for the antenna. This goes to the transmitter. Then I used an RCA to go to the receiver because some of my receivers have RCA. But one of the other things that I want to remind you, and I didn't do this last week, is this coax is very special. This is RG174. Now, write this down. Somewhere along your ham radio career, you're going to want that. It's a little bit difficult, but you can find it. And you'll see it's very small, but it's 100% silver shield. It's 50 ohms. And when you're running a lot of QRP and low-powered stuff, it's gorgeous stuff to be able to wire around. If you tried to do that with RG58, or you couldn't do it with RG8, it'd be crazy. Well, here it is with RG174. So you want to take a really close look at that. The relay that we're using. This came from Gateway Electronics. Gateway has a lot of stuff in St. Louis. And that's, we call it an ice cube. You can get them in all different voltages. This one is a 110-volt coil. And we bring those coil wires out to these two terminals. And those two terminals are then fed from a new switch. We put a double pole, single pole switch in the transmitter, so that one side of that switch turns the B plus on and gets the transmitter on the air. The other side keys the 110 volts that turns the relay on. That's how it all goes together. And here's a nice schematic that Gene did for us. Lays it all out for you. Here you can see the double pole, 2 poles. It's like 2 totally different switches in one case. One side of it keys the relay. Now, he did another thing. He let the other side do a pilot light. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, and we went through some of those last week. But I wanted to show you what can be done with this. Here's Gene's. He put it in a box because he's putting all of his pine boards in very, very nice cabinets, and that too can be done. This is a very, very nice way that he did that. Again, it's the relay system we just talked about, and he put it in with the transmitter. And you too can do that. When you start building your transmitter, leave a little space on the corner, and bingo, you're ready to go. I also have had a couple of guys kind of got a little upended on this power supply. We started out with a tube, a 6X5, and I did that because I wanted to teach you about tube rectifiers. But if we use a solid state rectifier, and it looks just like that, it's a little black box with 4 wires coming out of it. If we use that bridge, there are 4 diodes in there, and we have a full wave bridge rectifier. Disconnect the center tap, and instead of getting the other one was about maybe 180 volts, we're getting 350 volts. So what we do there, and this works out like really, really, really good, the 350 volts feeds the transmitter, because the transmitter can, we need that extra power, of course, whereas the lower voltage can feed the preamp. And that's just super. It works so well. And 33K, there was a discrepancy on that too. There was a typo, actually, that it was 3.3K. No, it was 33K. You can tell from the colors on the band. But this is a wonderful, wonderful power supply. It just works so well. There's a schematic, a simple schematic of it again. These are such great drawings. And these are all on that website. And last but not least, here's the parts list. But I have to tell you, I got a call from Antique Electronics today. And they've sold out of a lot of things. He says, what happened? I told you. I said, we have a thing coming along that's going to 100,000 people. It's called QST. And they were kidding with me. But they couldn't keep up. But they, don't fear, they have Hammond in Canada makes a lot of the transformers and chokes and stuff. And they will have them back. And he said, holidays kind of slowed them up a little bit here. But he said, in another week or two, we'll have all the parts back in. So there's where you get the parts. Antique Electronics Supply. They actually have kits. You can do the 3 kits. The AM transmitter, and the part number is PBH PBAMT. I don't know what happened to the computer, but it decided to shift it down here. The power supply is P for Pineboard, Bob Heil, power supply. P, Bob Heil, mic preamp. Pretty simple. But there you are. The crystals come from AF4K, and all the tubes come from vacuumtubes.com. Mike's a good guy. And the choke, at this point, Antique Electronics ran out of it, but online components. They also have a lot of components. You want to look around. There's a lot of companies. I get once in a while a few of these doom and gloomers. Oh, you can't get parts. Well, yes, you can. There's a number of places. I've found probably 15 places that have parts like this. You got to dig for it. But there they are. And we're just so happy. We're so happy and very, very proud of what happened here. And I want to tell you guys and gals, if you don't belong to the ARRL, I'm going to give you a little sermon here. Do it. It really means a lot. The QST was kind of dormant for a number of years. They have a whole new regime there. The magazine is fabulous. They started putting really good articles in there about building things and how they all work. Please do me a favor, join the ARRL. And I joined it when I was, oh golly, 20 years old, and something like that. I did a life, and of course, it didn't cost very much then. But if you so inclined, do a life membership. But do a membership in that. It's really, really something, because they're up there fighting for us in Washington. So next time you have a problem, contact them. They'll help you. But I'm really proud of this whole thing. This year went way over what I thought it would be. I started, if you remember, I started building that little field strength meter. And the first thing you know, bingo, Virginia was actually one of the first. And I thought, uh-oh, we got to do more. And so we have. And thanks to Victor for pulling down all the clips. Like, he'll pull this clip down tonight and send it to me, and it'll be on that website, on the Heil Sound website. And it's down at the bottom. It has nothing to do with our microphones and stuff. It's all on its own, as he showed you here a minute ago on this screen. Thanks to everybody. Keep those soldering irons hot. And you'll find me on there on AM 3885, and respect the AM window, please, please. A lot of guys and gals don't understand that there is a gentleman's agreement. 3870 to 3890 is all for AM, and it's just a gentleman's agreement. We don't put sideband, CW, anything there. It's all reserved for AM. And the reason that happens is that AM is kind of a little wider, so we just take that portion and we don't go anywhere else. And you got a lot of space to go in with sideband and stuff. So respect the AM window.